have a conversation in regards to what's going on in the media. Um, Allow me to check my sound. Allow me to check my sound, and allow me to do my disclaimer. We're going to have a lot of deep dives and deep conversations, so I got to do my disclaimer so that way I'm covered. Um, because we're going to talk about because we're going to talk about um, a lot of videos a lot of videos that are actually out there. And when I say videos, I'm talking just an adjustment. Um, because we want to talk about everything that's being spoke about. And it's just easier for me to do one video here. And then that way, when I need to reference it, I can reference it. So let's go ahead and get to the disclaimer. It's going to take
Talk about it Media 21.
everyone a few minutes
Please
to come
like,
in.
comment, and subscribe, and please share if you care. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about what's on Instagram, what's on Twitter, what's going on in the news around the world. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused.
Good morning, everyone. Come on in, come on in. We're going to talk about what Roger Vaughn had to say in regards to his time with Diddy, what he experienced, what he saw, what he did about it, and many people are wanting him to say, I took her to the police. At what time did you take her to the police? And then, because I was listening to someone last night and I almost went live last night. I did not hear. Y'all let me know through this interview. Did y'all hear him once say, I took her to the police? But what I did hear is when he tried to give her advice, if she became intoxicated, she would go back to tell Diddy, and then Diddy would confront the person that tried to give her advice. So you're telling me, be careful what you say to a woman, because if she gets intoxicated, she's going to spill the beans. Excuse me, what? And instead of taking her to a hotel to allegedly heal from what had transpired, you took her to a hotel and then you checked on her for days. Now, was she not able to leave that hotel? Was she not able to go to the police? Was she locked into that hotel? That's the big question. Was she locked into that hotel? And who had the key? Who had the key? So it's concerning, y'all. And I get that everybody has their opinions and people are upset with Diddy. People feel a way about Cassie. And many people are going to state how they feel. But the biggest issue is you can't tell a victim what they should do, how they should do it. We don't know their journey. I've been hearing, this is a big one. I've been hearing when she did leave, they said, you need to answer your phone. You need to go back. You have music that needs to be released. So they were trying to get her to think about her alleged possible music future. And then some will say, well, she should have been. I saw a video of Cassie She should have been as big as Rihanna. And many people have said, don't get involved with somebody in the music industry. Their schedule is going to be extremely busy. So how do you expect for them to manage or produce you when they're also traveling, doing their own thing? They have family, they have situationships. And I think the trick is some people think to attach their name to somebody that's in the industry, well, they're already traveling. I can be traveling with them. They're already producing. While he's producing, he can produce music for me. And everyone says, and they're learning within the last 10 years, don't get involved with a producer that's producing themselves and traveling themselves and going on interviews about themselves. They're going to be more so focused on themselves because they have to focus on themselves, their family, if they have children, if the children are in school. So you're only going to get maybe 10% of their time. So you're better off getting someone, and a lot of people say go independent. Don't sign with anybody. Because once you sign on that dotted line, they can control your every move, your every thought. People talking about their music catalog. Once you're of a certain stature, you may own it. And then I'm also thinking about Justin Bieber. Did Justin Bieber sell his catalog? I'm trying to think. I'll have to look that up. And if he did, that's concerning. That's concerning. But we want to go ahead and listen to what he had to say. And many people may feel that he may be snitching. Is he snitching? Note in the comments, do you feel that he's snitching? But we're going to get to this clip. Fair use, copyright disclaimer, for teaching purposes. And if this is a trigger for people, please fast forward. But we're going to get through a lot of clips. Let's listen to what he had to say to Piers Morgan.
I've seen them get physical. I've seen them get really physical, grab it.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
And was that all with Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie, and I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother.
Right, who's now sadly no longer with us. But what did you see him do?
I've seen them get...
So the biggest thing is he's seen it, but he did not take any of those women to the police. He saw it. He's heard a lot of it, but he didn't take none of those women to the police. These are people's children. This is somebody's daughter. This is somebody's aunt. This is somebody's mother. Now, many people are saying, oh, thank goodness Cassie didn't have any children with Diddy. But that's alleged because we don't know what she went through. We don't know what she went through, but we also see that it seems as if he likes to collect children. Sorry. He wants to be the single dad. What's that all about? And then there's concern with the women not being able to date somebody else. Come on, y'all. That's the biggest concern of control. You want to be seen as the single dad. You won't let your ex-girlfriends move on because it's going to make you look away, or you're going to... So you know how back in the day people would be like, "Ooh, huge upgrade. Yes, girl. Yes, big upgrade. Great upgrade. Yes, she moved on. She moved on with a good one." Guys don't like that. But we hear that Cassie couldn't move on. We hear that Kim couldn't move on. And we get that he had to do the apology. And we're finding that his apology, he could not mention Cassie's name because of the NDA, probably because of the lawsuit. And she or her attorney probably made sure that he can't mention her name. Because wasn't it last year or the year before he's on stage giving her kudos and saying thank you for being there with me through my dark times? What? Not not taking accountability even on that stage while you have Carisha holding up the sign. She's in the stand, and I don't even think she got uh, a love and appreciation. Lorianne, thanks for whatever he said, keeping me out of, situationships. But let's listen to the next clip because many people are going to be talking about this. In his other videos and interviews, Roger Bond was kind of surface level interview. This interview with Pierce. So now is Pierce Morgan going to be the next person that's going to interview people prior to if they're questioned by? This almost seemed like questioning that the Popos would have did or the FBI would have did. And then you hear that some guys are able to get a pardon for their testimony, or they get a pardon for the information that they have. So for him to do the interview, he may be trying to collect money to stack and save. If he has legal concerns or issues, it may be that he's stacking, saving to try and help his own son that has legal concerns. But it's interesting that no one in their camp has once said, I took her to the police. We did a police report. I took her to a hotel to put her in hiding. I tried to get her away from that situation. I had her travel the world. I haven't heard it. Now maybe y'all have. Note in the comments. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in. So let's get to the next clip.
I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother.
Right, who's now sadly no longer with us. But what did you see him do?
I've seen him get physical. I've seen him get really physical, grab hit.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
Around 4 or 5 times. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he was Diddy bodyguard for 8 or 9 years, right? So you're telling me that this wasn't a weekly thing? You're telling me this wasn't a monthly thing? Because if it's a weekly thing, it's more than that. If it's a monthly thing, it's more than that. Kim nor Cassie should have had to deal with any of the things that they went through. Any of it. Let's get to the next clip because I wanted to play that end.
It was one time that Cassie mentioned inside her lawsuit where she said she had to go over to the London hotel.
Now he's admitting that he took her. I'm going to go back and forth. He's admitting, because we have to stop and play it. He's admitting that he took her to the London hotel. He was to keep an eye on her at the London hotel. Let's listen.
It was one time that Cassie mentioned inside her lawsuit where she said she had to go over to the London hotel. I was the one that was checking on her every day at the London hotel. You know what I'm saying? So I know that to be true. I seen him get into some wrestling and punching matches. And sometimes I felt like, what are you mad at? What are you upset about? Because it's a deeper...
So why would he not take the police there? I'm security. I have a woman that is in almost hiding. Why not take the police there? That's the biggest question. That's the concerning question. Let's continue.
Matches, and sometimes I felt like, what are you mad at? What are you upset about? Because it's a deeper anger when you hitting and punching a woman in that type of manner. It was one time that Cassie mentioned inside her lawsuit where she said she had to go over to the London hotel. I was the one that was checking on her every.
So if there is he has not been charged. Diddy has not been charged. If there is a possible case, a judge or jury is going to look at this interview and said, you said XYZ. And he'll either say, I did. Why would you not take her to the police? Why would you not take her to get help? Why would you not bring the police to her? You witnessed things, you've heard things, and even in this interview, he's going to say at times they were in the streets having a situationship, and he put them in a vehicle together. Excuse me, no. You need to separate a woman from a man. That's even worse. That's her getting out of the vehicle, trying to run for people to see what's going on to get away. And you put them in a vehicle together? No way. No way, no how. No ham, no spam, no ma'am.
And it's okay. It's understood if you have a problem with one woman and you seek things, but when you have a problem with every woman that you're dealing with, then I think that problem is inside of you.
What did you see him do with Kim Porter?
I seen him inside the car, grab her up. I seen him smack her, you know. And one thing about Kim is Kim got to the point where she fought back because she realized.
That's important to know. That Kim was tired of it. Kim should have been able to leave that situation. But at some point, she started trying to protect herself and saying, when you listen to this clip, Kim was not scared to say, I'm not going to not put hands back on you. I have to watch the words I say. She was basically saying, I'm going to protect myself. And then you're going to have to explain to the world why, because you got to remember, she had already cut his wrist, alleged. In this video, he's saying that you're going to have to tell the world why you have this huge scar on your face. Basically saying, keep playing with me. I'm going to get to that face. Keep playing with me. I'm going to get to that face. And you're going to have to explain to the world as you're doing red carpets, as you're doing movies, as you're doing videos. You're going to have to explain to the world what I did to your face. Let's continue.
Woman and you seek things, but when you have a problem with every woman that you're dealing with, then I think that problem is inside of you.
What did you see him do with Kim Porter?
I seen him inside the car, grab her up. I seen him smack her, you know. And one thing about Kim is Kim got to the point where she fought back because she realized how powerful she was. And it's okay. It's understood if you have a problem with one woman and you seek things, but when you have a problem with every woman that you're dealing with, then
and that's the biggest thing. It's not okay. It's never okay. You're watching altercations. You're watching situationships. This is not somebody that's in a boxing match. You're watching a relationship go left and did nothing. And that's what a lot of people are going to say. A security guard is supposed to protect them from other people. Let's get this clear, you guys. Normally, security is supposed to protect them from other people. The security is supposed to protect their client from fans. Do y'all get that? From fans doing something crazy, from fans getting too close, from fans trying to get, say XYZ. Oh, you grabbed me, da-da-da. No, he didn't even come close to you. He was in a vehicle. But he's trying to protect Cassie from Diddy. I don't think people get that. People are weird. Cassie, Kim never should have had to go through. And you figure, he's not the only one that was around. Kim had children with this man. So what did the kids see? What did the kids hear? Did the kids ever have to break something up? And Quincy, Justin, and Christian are the oldest. The girls are younger. But what did the girls hear? Let's continue.
On Sunset Boulevard in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel, where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. You know, of course he put everybody out the car, but I seen the car shaking, so I opened the door. I said, "What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You see where we at, and what are you doing?" And Kim got out the car like nothing happened, and she fixed her hair, and she told him, she said, "I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm gonna put across one incident on Sunset Boulevard in front of."
So I told y'all, she had said that she's gonna put a scar on his face, and he's gonna have to explain to the world how you got it, why you got it. But of course, if you have that big of a scratch, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. Women trying to fight, and there's women right now. There's women right now that's having concerns with their guy, with their husband. There's women right now that's dealing with this. It could be in regards to them being on something or drinking something, and that's the concerning part. That's how some guys say, "Oh babe, I got a little intoxicated. Oh babe, oh my goodness, what I took had me tripping." Okay babe, don't let it happen again. 2 months, 3 months later, it's almost even more heightened. It's even more heightened. Let's get to the clip again.
In front of the Beverly Hills Hotel, where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. You know, of course he put everybody out the car, but I seen the car shaking, so I opened the door. I said, "What are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You see where we at, and what are you doing?" And Kim got out the car like nothing happened, and she fixed her hair, and she told him, she said, "I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm gonna put across one incident on Sunset Boulevard."
Now we're going to listen to the next clip. He's also, I don't know if it's in this clip, he's also going to talk about the weekends he had off. And Diddy/Cassie would allege be at the hotels hanging out for the weekend. "Man, we don't need security. You could have the weekend off." And he was like, "Why are you rushing me off?" He said that he saw people with them. I'll be general. He saw people with them. Okay? He did see people with them. Now, he doesn't know, he said, he doesn't know what transpired in those hotel rooms. Sometimes he would stand by the door regardless. Sometimes he would stand by, a hallway or something. Because, of course, in the beginning, if anything goes left, I'm still here watching my client. But I guess at certain points, they felt comfortable just being in the hotel room chilling, not wanting security. So let's listen to this last clip.
"Face, if you put your hands on me again. Your face, if you put your hands on me again. Your face, if you put your hands on me again." One incident on Sunset Boulevard in front of the Beverly Hills Hotel, where I just seen the car rocking back and forth. You know, of course he put everybody out.
And then he's going to explain in regards to the issue that Kim stuck up for herself. I don't hear in the interview, he's saying Cassie did the same thing in regards to fighting back.
Told him, she said, "I want to see you explain to the media that scratch I'm going to put across one incident on Sunset Boulevard in front of your face if you put your hands on me again."
So the biggest thing is, I think Piers Morgan did a decent interview with him. My biggest concern is, why not go to the police? Why not, get her in a safe place? Why not, if you're taking her to a hotel, it's to take her to a hotel where he can't find her, not take her to a hotel where she's healing. Y'all, I mean, I'm concerned that people feel that some of these people in his life just were so complacent and didn't put the women first. which sometimes didn't seem that they could fight back. They knew what to do. But you have to remember too, many people are saying some of these people have huge connections. They have huge concerning connections. And it's difficult for them to get away, stay away, and just go MIA. She would allege. You see, a lot of people don't know that. It's being reported that she would allege leave, not answer the phone. He did not know where she was on her own accord, not that somebody helped her escape or leave. I saw a video, and this is probably something a lot of people didn't hear. I may play it later. I saw a video in regards to Diddy sitting with Carisha talking about he cried for a long time when Cassie was gone. Yeah, because that's your shift. That's your shift. She's not around to help you with your freak offs. She's not around to help you with, you know, the things that you like to do with your woman. And see, you got to remember, it hasn't been about 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Everybody was talking about the swinging thing. It was a huge conversation. And so you got to be careful what the industry puts into our community, because we're hearing the Jadas, the Wills alleged. We're hearing the Diddys and the Freakoffs alleged. And now, maybe because of what happened in regards to the world, people were in their homes with their spouse. They wasn't hanging out because you didn't know if this person had something or if that person had something. So the world shifted. And then that's what they had said. It's a concern that many women are with their spouse 24/7, more so than normal. They're stuck in the house with that person 24/7. Prayers go out to the women, and hopefully you're in a comfortable situation. But they talked about that. So a lot of the swinging was cut out. Some men just like, well, I'm going to still get out there if I catch whatever. But then you get worried because you see these hospitals were full of. That's not even really talked about a lot. What happened to all those people? Hello? So the biggest thing is, many people are going to talk about this interview, question, you know, and then stating that if advice was given, if she was intoxicated, she would spill the beans. And then that bodyguard or security would be called in to say, well, what are you doing giving my girl advice? What are you doing talking to my girl? Who do you think you are giving her advice or being in her ear? I pray many women have seen this and escaped from their possible concerning boyfriend or husband. I pray many women have got out of a bad situation. And the biggest thing is, it took Alex Fine to get Cassie out of a bad situation. None of these mofos did that for her. It took a trainer that was, and I don't know where Alex comes from. It's a blessing he stepped into Cassie's life, helped Cassie. You know, him and Cassie don't really do a lot of interviews. They weren't saying much. They were focusing on themselves, their love, their family. But it took a trainer that was Diddy's trainer, to help her get out of a bad situation with a dude that just does not seem like he cared about nothing but himself and feeding his needs, his wants, all that. And I hope any young girls that are going, please like the video as you guys come in. Please comment on the video. How do you feel about Diddy's former bodyguard talking about what Kim and Cassie went through? Please like the video as you guys come in. Let me know in the comments, did you see this full interview, or did you only see clips? Last night I was watching the show. It was very, very interesting, because you have to remember Some of these famous rappers are getting on these interviews almost telling on themselves. And when there's a court situation, they just play the tape and then they look at you and say, wow, you're in court and you said XYZ. What about when people say nothing? Whatever you say can be used against you. Well, you don't think what can be used against you is an interview? But some of these guys are going on to these interviews getting big checks. Big checks. And I don't know if they're getting those big checks to help with lawyer fees down the line. But many people are saying, prayers go out to Cassie. Prayers go out to Kim. Why wasn't Kim in the hospital? I don't recall through any of the reports that Kim ever went to the hospital. It was reported that she had someone come to the home, make sure she had XYZ, whether it was infusion vitamins or whatever. I'm not certain why it was not reported whether she went to the hospital to get checked out, because you remember, alleged, her friend had spoke to and did an interview, and she was like, one friend said she wasn't writing a book. Another lady said she was writing a book. Where's Kim's computer? Where's Kim's tablets? Where's Kim's phones? Where's all that? Where is all that? Does her family have it? Who has it? Diddy was the boyfriend, but her family should have been able to be responsible for everything regarding Kim. But people are saying it was a controlled environment in regards to Kim passing away. It was a controlled environment in regards to what Cassie went through. Women, be careful getting into a situation. Find out what a guy is like with his ex-girlfriend. Sometimes if you could be cool with the ex-girlfriend, how was your experience? If a lady says, great guy, we just didn't fit. Cool. Y'all still sleep together? No. But if a girl said, girl, you don't want that, girl, stand clear. Ask questions. What do you like with your mom? What do you like with your father? We don't get along. They not ... Oh, me and my dad got into an altercation. Oh, I pushed up on my mom a little bit. Oh, okay. That means he's going to push up on you. Hello? Find out what they're like with their friends. Get a sense of, are they controlling with their friends? Are they constantly starting beef with their friends? They're going to constantly start beefs with you. Hello? That's the one biggest thing. People are saying, we understand Cassie did what she had to do to allege. And it's a good thing she's still here to live another day. Now, are they saying, I don't know. People that's affiliated, associated, a lot of people aren't around anymore. And people feel like the industry and Hollywood and the industry and how people are respected, treated, and talked about. And we see the Michael Jacksons, the Whitney, how shame on them. She's above, she's passed away, and they were partying. They were partying below when Whitney passed. Oh, that's what she would have wanted. Excuse me? We think about the princes. Prince, his music catalog, what he experienced. A lot of people don't want to be in this industry because they're hearing different things. And it's all in itself is concerning. So we're hoping that the music industry and people that's a part of it, that's trying to be controlling, and that you're better off not here. I have to watch the words I say. You're better off not here than being here. And we think about what was made off Biggie, what was made off Pac. And then will they be able to do anything in regards to the alleged, if there was an alleged check? Like the video as you guys come in. Please like the video as you guys come in. Let me know, did you see the interview with Diddy's ex bodyguard, Roger Bonds? And how did you feel about the interview? So I'm going to go ahead and there's more clips that I have, but I think I may start another live because there's so many clips I have to cover. I wanted to do a live yesterday, but I just didn't. But yeah, Diddy ex bodyguard responds to Cassie's lawsuit, what he heard, what he saw, going to a hotel to check on her. Because we're going to play this one.
Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie, and I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother.
Right, who's now sadly no longer with us. But what did you see him do?
I've seen him get physical. I've seen him get really physical, grab hit.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times.
And was
in
that
how
all
many
with
years?
Cassie, or was it?
4 or 5 times only in how many years? So you're telling me if you were his security guard, bodyguard, for 8 or 9 years, you only saw something 4 or 5 times. Okay.
Witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
And was that all with Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie, and I seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother.
Right, who's now sadly...
And now we got to play this other one.
One time that Cassie mentioned inside her lawsuit where she said she had to go over to the London hotel. I was the one that was checking on her every day at the London hotel. You know what I'm saying? So I know that to be true. I seen him get into some wrestling and punching matches, and sometimes I felt like, what are you mad at? What are you upset about? Because it's a...
So he's questioning Diddy's behavior with the women he dates. Why are you so physically concerning? I have to watch what I say. Where was his peace? Was it because of the drinking? Was it because of anything he consumed? Many people wonder, is something going on? Is he okay upstairs? And then you got to remember with his apology, he didn't mention Cassie's name, alleged he couldn't. And then in regards to saying he's getting help and then rehab. When did you go to rehab? Because we've seen him. He hasn't been not in media or not physically seen for 30 days straight. We've seen him. So what? You wasn't even in a 60-day, a 30-day program? And is he saying right now he's in rehab? That's where that video's coming from. Because you have to remember, we saw him with his children. Was it the Mother's Day weekend or just last week? There was his kids around him. So is he stating right now? Diddy was stating right now he's in rehab and he's seeking help. And then we also seen that T.D. Jakes denounced him. He didn't even say his name. Maybe because he can't say his name either. Maybe because T.D. Jakes can't say his name either. Because you figure, is a pastor supposed to be holding what a member says to them confidential? You know, will T.D. Jakes or any of the ministers he's talked with, sat with, be questioned?
It was one time that Cassie mentioned inside her lawsuit where she said she had to go over to the London hotel. I was the one that was checking on her every day at the London hotel. You know what I'm saying? So I know that to be true. I seen him get into some wrestling and punching matches, and sometimes I felt like, what are you mad at? What are you upset about? Because it's a deeper anger when you hitting and punching a woman in that type of manner. It was one time that Cassie mentioned in...
So is that going to be a part of the case as well? You took her somewhere. Could she leave if she chose to? Could she have company if she chose to? Could she go to the hospital if she chose to? Could she go to the police if she chose to? Because they're already saying that even though the video from 2006, yes, they're stating they can't arrest him for the 2006, but it was concerning that he grabbed her items. We saw that something was thrown as she's on the phone. So let's do a breakdown. First off, hotels have video. We don't know how much of a video. We don't know how long the recording was. We don't know how long the tape was. But companies are probably going to do almost everything they can to legally protect themselves. And what do I mean by that? A business has an obligation to protect every hotel guest. No company is going to put their business at risk for no one man. Unless it's your hotel you own. But no business is going to put their hotel at risk for no one man. Sorry. So if the tape was bought, who had the tape? Was there a copy of a tape? When she was calling, who did the report? Did the police ever come to the hospital, or was she escorted out of the hospital? Remember, something was thrown, right? So somebody had to clean that up. Somebody had to clean up the messes that he was making, right? So prayers go out to Cassie. I am sick and tired of people saying, well, Cassie should have did this. Cassie should have did this. We already hear that some of the men couldn't even protect themselves. We already hear that the men could not even protect themselves. And it sounded like some of these security guards was so complacent and not getting her to the police. That's what most of us wanted to hear. You took her to the police and the police did nothing, but you're not saying that. And why aren't you saying that? So we get that interviewers, many people are missing Wendy because right now Wendy will be going in and she would be talking about, dude, all I want to hear you say is you took her to the police. All I want to hear you say, he expected you to take her to that hotel, have her in the hotel, but then we want to hear you say that you brought the police to the hotel to sit and talk with her and a police report was filed. We want to hear you say that you had her in hiding for 2 years. No one could contact her. No one could find her. She wasn't obligated to do a release or album. And some there's a shift. And some people are saying too that there's these plants. And many fans are expected to support these plants and the industry. And you got to be careful when you see certain people in the industry and then several people in their family pass. You got to question it. You got to question it. You got to question it. So I pray we don't see any weird stuff coming down the pike in the next 5 or 6 years. So prayers go out to Cassie. Prayers go out to Kim Porter. I'm sorry, I'm sickened by the people that were just complacent about getting assistance, getting help. And the mind games, the control that was played. Some of these guys are sickening in their comments in regards to she got paid. And then he basically tried to make Cassie seem like she was a liar. Enough is enough. My name will be cleared. Whatever he said in his letter. So you have him trying to plead innocent. We see the video and then you're sorry. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Please like the video as you guys come in. Let me know how you feel about Diddy's ex-bodyguard speaking out, speaking up in the replay game. Let me know how you feel about Piers Morgan's interview. Did you like it, dislike it? Let me know how you feel about the ex-bodyguard. Do you dislike him? Let me know how you feel about Cassie. Prayers go out to Kim Porter, RIP. Trigger warning, so you have to fast forward. I talked about a lot, and he talks about the physical stuff. Prayers go out to Alex, who assisted and helped Cassie when other guys could not. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. And everyone, have a great day. Prayers go out to Cassie, her family. Prayers go out to Kim and her kids. These children are going to be affected. We're already seeing it. We saw pictures of Diddy's girls going to prom. Did they have prom dates? I didn't catch the picture on that. It looked as if they went together. I'm not certain if the girls had dates, but don't think that parents aren't looking at Diddy in regards to the kids and what they experienced. His kids are going to be affected, period. From the oldest, Quincy, to Justin, to Christian, to the twins, to his baby daughter. Parents sometimes need to make sure that they don't embarrass their kids in these streets. And parents the same. Parents don't want the kids to embarrass them in the streets. Well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a great day. Goodbye.